Okay, I'm gonna try to be as detailed as possible on my entire study routine of learning to code. But if you don't know who I am, my name is Nazar. I am a self taught programmer and I am launching my business in a month. So take my advice with a grain of salt. I'm just speaking from personal experience and the routine that has worked for me. So I hope it brings value to you. So, in terms of volume of how much I code, it's usually around 3 to 4 hours per day, 6 times a week. Now, the day off, I work on more marketing and just take a break off coding because I realize that if I just code every day, it's no good for me. But during the times that I'm coding, it's 3 to 4 hours max. Like after 4 hours, I'm like just done. So I take a break. Now during those 6 days a week in the programming, most of the time it's working on projects. But there are some days where I do like readings or tutorials or something like reading a book. But for the most part, it's like 90% coding and tutorials, and then 1 hour of reading or doing some like practice to improve my skills. Now I've been doing this since I've started coding. Like obviously I had to build up to this point, but even when I was a beginner, this was basically the study routine. Like I tried to code as much as possible. Now you may be saying like, why are you not learning as much? It's mostly because I find that if I just code, I learn way more than just always reading or always watching a video. And sometimes I obviously have to study more. So, for example, last month, I had to learn backend languages and really get and understand how APIs work and connecting front end to backend. I had to do a lot of practice and I had to take the foot off the gas for practicing. So it really depends on what I'm doing, but for the most part, I'm mostly just in my room coding, trying to learn through documentation, a little bit of tutorials, and outside of that, watching videos has really helped me. But again, the full routine, it's really simple. Like people like to complicate it. All I do is 6 days a week, 3 to 4 hours per day, and in those times, I'm mostly coding. That's it. Okay? So I hope I brought value in this video. Again, it doesn't have to be complicated. If this is too much for you, this is what has just worked for me. Maybe you can code for 5 hours or 2 hours. Find what works, but I'm just speaking about what has helped me go from like no code to an actual person that can actually code. But yeah,